And let's get it started. Hello, Internet. It's AndrewMycol, and welcome to the first premiere edition of the AndrewMycol podcast. Now, if you don't know what a premiere is, it's basically where you watch a video, and when it first comes out, it's live, and then if you miss the live stream, it just turns into a regular video. You can watch the chat from when the live stream actually happened. So this is an actual video, not an actual stream for anyone who is new to premieres. So, before I begin today's AndrewMycol podcast, and before I begin today's review, I would like to say I did not watch Super Showdown, and the reason is that my friend Christian, also known as Red Rebel 1057, which you should check him out on Xbox and Instagram, I went and saw Dark Phoenix last night with X-Men, and I will say the movie itself was alright, but enough of that. Also, I did talk about this on my Twitch last night, and if you want to follow me on Twitch, make sure to follow me at twitch.tv/AndrewMycol. And if you want to join the audience after the camera turns off, then make sure to join the Discord server. And I even have a bot room set up with a lot of bots you can play with. So, if you want to join the Discord server, make sure you do that. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's review. And yes, I have seen Cultaholics, and I've seen some more reviews here on the internet, so I think I have an idea of how this show went down, even if I haven't watched it yet. That being said, let's kick off this review. So, we kick off today's show with the pre-show. Now, the pre-show started with the Usos defeating the Revival. Now, from what I heard, it was exactly what a pre-show should do, and that is to build up some hype for the main event and for the main card. And really, that's exactly what this show did. The Usos won even with the Revival taking out one of the Usos. I think it was Jimmy they took out. And oddly enough, it reminded me of the pre-show from Money in the Bank 2019, which was the last pay-per-view where Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan ganged up on one of the Usos, and then the other Uso got back in the ring and beat them up. Overall, I think I am going to give this match a 4 out of 5 thumbs up. Honestly, it was pretty good. I wouldn't exactly think it was the best, but so far, for the most part, it did what it needed to do, and I thought it was pretty cool, honestly. Now we get on to the main show, and yes, there was only one match for the pre-show, which was odd, but let's move on to this weird, wacky, not any of that, and pretty underwhelming show. So the first one we have is the Universal title match between Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins. Now, if you guys didn't watch WrestleMania, the first match on that card was the Universal Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. And it kind of goes back in comparison with that. And, of course, this one wasn't even anywhere close to what the WrestleMania match was. That match was really good at WrestleMania. This one, everyone expected Seth Rollins to win. I don't think anyone picked Baron Corbin to win at all. First off, I don't think anyone really expected Baron to win. And I didn't predict Brock to cash in, even though I did say that if Brock did cash in, he would win. Because when he was announcing when he would cash in, because when has announcing when you would cash in turned out to the best? And of course, we saw that with Braun Strowman and John Cena. We knew that didn't work. And Seth Rollins won after a roll-up victory. Not an actual victory for him, but a roll-up after Baron Corbin was talking with the referees. So it's really weird why they would book Seth Rollins to be a cocky face. I don't see what would that work. Overall, the finish in a way works that the payoff is at Stomping Grounds. Therefore, I'm going to be a little generous with this one, and I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 thumbs up. Next up was the Finn Balor versus Andrade match, which was second, and this time Finn Balor did come out as a demon. And like a lot of people have pointed out, why would they ban Aleister Black from going to Saudi Arabia just for a small tattoo he had, when Finn Balor literally dressed up as a demon and Saudi Arabia still let him in there? So that was pretty interesting to see that. Get it. Get it. Alright. Sorry about that. From what I heard, this was a pretty decent match, and it put over Andrade as a strong competitor, while also making the demon look really hard to beat, as Finn Balor retained his championship. And honestly, from what I saw, it was a pretty solid match. I mean, I had nothing wrong with what I saw. And the reviews said that it was a pretty C+ kind of match. So that's exactly what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 thumbs up. Next, we have Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns, which everybody thought Roman was going to win. However, the dastardly heel Shane had backup. And guess who was his backup? His newly acquired new friend, Drew McIntyre. As you would expect, Drew interfered a lot in this match, and that's exactly what I think we should have seen. I don't think Shane McMahon should have done all the fighting in this one, and just like how Shane won at Money in the Bank, he only won by the sweat off of his shirt. And this one, the only reason Shane won was because Drew McIntyre interfered a lot in this match. And it really didn't make Roman go down as a loser. It made it feel like Shane cheats all the time, and Roman just has the bad end of the cheating. And Shane really isn't a great wrestler, but when he was fighting Roman, he did more wrestling in that match than Roman did. And Drew delivered a Claymore to Roman while the ref was distracted, and Shane has won another pay-per-view match. The match was alright. I mean, it wasn't Shane McMahon. What do you expect? And Drew McIntyre interfered, so it didn't hurt Roman Reigns at all. So I think it was pretty okay. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 thumbs up for this as well. Then we had what I and everyone expected to be a squash match. And guess what? It was a squash match. Nothing spectacular at all. Lars Sullivan did what he needed to do, and I predicted him to win also. It didn't even last long. He just beat up all 3 of the Luchas. Then after the bell, he beat him up again. And the Lucha Brothers somehow got distracted. Why do I call them Lucha Brothers? The Lucha House Party. I am so sorry for that. The Lucha House Party got disqualified for beating up 3-on-1, but then he just beat him up afterwards. So it made the Lucha House Party look really stupid and really weak, which you don't want to do that at all. And with that being said, I am going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 thumbs up, which is a 50. Now, I'll know one more thing. So if you're wondering why I'm giving it 3s and 3.5s and 2.5s, the reason is I'm going this as a school kind of thing. Like, you know how at school, like, a 90 to a 100 is a 4.5 here, and then a 3 is like a 60 out of 100, so that's the least you can have to pass, and a 2.5 is a 50, and that's failing. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. That's the only thing with my rankings, is that this is not star rankings. This is just grade, like school grade rankings, like how Cultaholic does theirs, so with A, B, C, D, and F. So up next, we have a really pushed, really hyped up match, and a really, really long match like we saw at WrestleMania. From what Adam Pichiti said from Cultaholic, which if you want to go check out Cultaholic, make sure you do that. This match went on for 25 minutes. And every other match before this barely got past 10 minutes. And from what I heard, this is a solid match. And thank God I did the coin flip after I had wildly picked Orton to win. Because that coin that I flipped would have cost me 1 point and it would have made me lose. Well, not really, because I think I won with like 8 matches that I picked correctly. So I would have still won. But still, I think Randy Orton winning was the right thing. I think Triple H has won a lot of these matches, and the thing is that I would have gone with Triple H, but the problem is that Randy Orton is still a full-time member of WWE, and if he wasn't, then Triple H would have easily won this and, kill off that little era thingy. But Randy Orton is still on the card, and he's still at WWE, so why would you bury that guy? So, really, I think it was a good decision to make Orton win. And with that being said, I'm going to go generous on this one. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 thumbs up here. Next, we had what everyone built up to be a really good singles match. One of the best built-up matches I have seen this year. Just kidding, I am absolutely 100% being sarcastic. We got a boring match and the continued revival of Braun's momentum that WWE has been killing off since WrestleMania. The match was also not spectacular at all. I mean, we all expected Braun Strowman to win and beat up Bobby Lashley. Nothing surprising there. So that's why I'm giving this show a 2.5 out of 5 thumbs up. Next, we have ourselves... Next, we had a kind of good build for this match, and it is Kofi Kingston, your WWE the World Heavyweight Champion, taking on Dolph Ziggler, who it should have been him. And WWE on their Twitter even showed that this is a really pretty spot-filled match, because in WWE they had a lot of clips and a lot of GIFs that they were putting out there as well. But then again, we saw the face winning cheaply, and how he won was that Xavier Woods beat up Dolph Ziggler with the ref distracted, and Kofi won, which was really weird. Like, why would you want both your champions to win really badly? Now, this match would have been a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. Not stars, thumbs up. One of my Dave Meltzer. But the finish really just made this drag, and it really hurt it. I mean, why would you want that to happen in the first place? So with that being said, I'm going to give this match a 2.5 out of 5 thumbs up because of the finish. Next, we had the biggest Battle Royale in WWE history with the 50-man Battle Royale. I'm very surprised how they got all those wrestlers in that ring. And at first, when I watched the 40-man Battle Royale back in 2012, I thought that was really crazy. I thought, like, how the hell are they going to put 40 people in a ring? But then WWE said, hold my beer 7 years later, and here we have the 50-man Battle Royale. This one had bodies hitting the floor like the song before anything really happened. And at the end, we had Mansoor, who was from Saudi Arabia, and he is also an NXT talent. He threw out Elias for the win, so that was a really good hometown victory for Mansoor. At first I thought this was going to be a pretty decent Battle Royale, but from what everyone was saying, this was anything but decent, because there's a lot of people in there. How can you do anything with that? And the main sore of this is that they had Sin Cara taking out Nakamura. And for that, I would say, why would you do that? Because Nakamura is one of the best talents that they are underutilizing right now. For that, I am going to give this match also a 2.5 out of 5 thumbs up. Why, WWE? Just why? Then we had the main event. And this was the match that even I said to myself, you know, at first I thought maybe I would want to watch WWE Super Show, but now that I think about it, I think I'm really making a good decision by watching Dark Phoenix. My God, I can't speak. And boy, did I make a good decision, because this main event pretty much sums up Super Showdown. And it was a very underwhelming show. Like, I don't understand why they had all this build up and then they just killed it with all the momentum they had. And from what I heard, only the first minute of this main event was really great, with Undertaker and Goldberg having a lot of close finishes. And then Goldberg got hit in the ring post, and that was where the wagon first had its wheels falling off. Then the wagon started to rust really quickly. And then the wagon completely fell apart, as the rest of this match proved what everyone said. And that was, this match was 20 years too late. If this match was like the first minute, this match would have been fantastic. It would have been the Triple H versus Undertaker match from last year. But that wasn't what happened. We instead got a really bad main event. It was so horrible that even Vince McMahon, from what I heard this morning, Vince really was furious. And he was really fearing for the well-being of Goldberg and Undertaker. That's how bad this main event was. And I would have given this show a 4 out of 5 if it was just like the first minute. That was exactly the opposite of what we got. That is why this main event is getting the lowest rating I have ever given a match. And this is the first time I've ever rated anything this low. And that is a 1 out of 5 thumbs up. Honestly, this show was underwhelming. It had potential to be really good, but somehow it proved to be more underwhelming than Dark Phoenix. And that's a spoiler for anyone who watches Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix, compared to Endgame, was way underwhelming compared to Endgame. And that is saying something, because Super Showdown, to me, when I watched the reviews, really, it just felt like I made a good decision not watching Super Showdown. And if anyone missed Super Showdown, don't bother watching it. So, it wasn't an awful show, but it was really underwhelming, and it lacked a lot. And with this being said, I'm giving WWE Super Showdown 2019 a 1 thumbs up out of 5. No. Take that back. Take that back. It was underwhelming. It was. But everything else was a 2.5 or 3 or 3.5. So I think I'm going to scratch that. And I'm going to give it a D, which in this ranking is a 3 out of 5 thumbs up. It didn't get enough, but it got a D. So it's a 3 out of 5 thumbs up for this pay-per-view. And that is it. What did you guys think about WWE Super Showdown? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, I hope you enjoyed this video kind of thing with the podcast. Like I said last time, I really just let everyone down with the live streaming version because I was distracted reading chat and trying to do the podcast as well. And I really didn't need to do that. So I think doing a premiere is kind of going to help me out because it gives me a chance to kind of live stream, I guess. But at the same time, not really. It's just like a 17, 18-minute show. So honestly, I think hopefully the premieres and maybe the video portion of this will be really good. And yeah, thank you all for coming out to the premiere. Thank you all who are watching this video afterwards. And until next time, I'm AndrewMycol, and I will see you guys next time. Dark Phoenix somehow is better than this show.